Hello, this is news coming to you from Justeventsonline TV. I am Kwara. First, the news headline. Nigerian secure landmark victory in bid to overturn P&I.D judgments. FG received Russia's COVID-19 vaccine. Resident doctors to begin nationwide strike on Monday. Health insurance to boost life expectancy economy, says AbdulRasaq. Kwara government received 148 million naira looted funds from EFCC. Arias signing for Man United, says Sanchez. Now the news in detail. Nigeria has secured a landmark victory in its pursuit to overturn a $10 billion judgment awarded against it in a case against Process and Industrial Development (P&I.D). Delivering its judgment on Thursday, Ross Cranston, a judge of the Business and Property Courts of England and Wales, granted Nigeria's application for an extension of time and relief that Nigeria should pay P&I.D $6.6 billion as damages, as well as pre- and post-judgment interest at 7%. The federal government had approached the court to establish that the contract was awarded on illegal terms. Nigeria has been making moves to overturn the judgment and has gotten court clearance to request documents from a P&I.D stakeholder and bank statements of ex-President Goodluck Jonathan, as well as that of former Petroleum Minister Dizzani Alice Madueke and Rilwanu Lukman. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) had on August 18 arraigned James Nolan, a Briton, and 6 companies over their alleged involvement in the contract. The federal government on Friday received sample of Russia's COVID-19 vaccine. Russia's ambassador to Nigeria, Alexis Sebastian, delivered the sample to the Minister of Health, Osagie Nairi, during a visit to the ministry in Abuja. This was contained in a statement signed by the Ministry Director of Information, Media and Public Relations, Olujimi Oyetomi. The newsman had earlier reported that Russia's President Vladimir Putin said his country approved a vaccine offering sustainable immunity against the deadly coronavirus. The World Health Organization has subsequently said it would review the effectiveness of the vaccine. Nairi on Friday also said the vaccine would be quickly referred to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, as well as the Nigerian Institute of Pharmaceutical Research and Development, and means other agency for review and possible validation. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has threatened to begin another nationwide strike starting from September 7. The association, in a statement signed by the President, Dr. Aliyu Sukumba, Secretary, Dr. Bilkis Mohammed, and Publicity Secretary, Dr. Hebogu Stanley, said the strike will commence after the 21-day ultimatum it gave to the federal government elapsed on October 17. The doctors are demanding from the federal government the implementation of residency funding, COVID-19 allowances, hazard allowances, as well as the outstanding salary shortfall of 2014, 2015, and 2016. The statement read that the doctor working under the various tertiary health institutions to be placed on appropriate salary grade level and universal implementation of the Medical Residency Training Act of 2017 in all state tertiary health institutions. Payment of all arrears owed our member in federal and state tertiary health institutions arising from the subsequent adjustment of the national minimum wage. Kwara State Governor AbdulRasaq on Friday launched a statewide health insurance scheme for residents of the state. He says the initiative would boost life expectancy and help the economy. Governor said at least 10,000 indigents are covered in the first phase of the insurance that is 100% free for the vulnerable, while the state works to onboard premium paying person in the formal and informal sector of the economy, stating that the 10,000 were captured in a statewide pilot registration of indigents for the scheme in March 2020, stressing that the launch was another major step in his administration effort to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), and called on residents to take full advantage of the scheme. Governor AbdulRasaq, in a statement, said the launching today of this health insurance scheme is a direct response of the administration to the Goal 3 of the SDGs, which is access to good health and well-being, stating that his administration starting the scheme by onboarding at least 10,000 indigents as a test run, and the indigents have had their premium fully paid. This means the health insurance is 100% free for the indigents. Furthermore, he commended the partners for their support and leadership, and the staff of the health sector in Kwara State for their hard work. The governor officially presented ID cards to some of the beneficiaries at the launch. The Speaker of the Kwara State House of Assembly, Honorable Yakub Salim Danladi, House of Assembly members, Cabinet member, and top officials from Ministry of Health and representatives of the development partner are in attendance. Virtual goodwill messages were given by the Deputy Governor, Mr. Kayode Alabi, the Speaker House of Assembly, Honorable Yakub Danladi, the First Lady of Kwara State, Dr. Olufolake AbdulRasaq, House Committee Chairman on Health, Honorable AbdulRasaq, and representative of Dutch government, Farm Access, the Dutch Health Insurance Foundation, among others. The Kwara State government has received a bank draft for another 148 million naira looted fund, which the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) recently recovered from some officials of the past administration. According to the spokesman of the Commissioner for Finance and Planning, Sahad Amdalat, said the State Commissioner for Finance and Planning, Olashumbo Florence Oyeyemi, received the money on Thursday on behalf of the state government. She commended the EFCC for its patriotic efforts in stamping corruption and abuse of the public offices, saying the money will be duly appropriated and deployed to serve the public that is meant for. And last on news today is sport. Inter Milan forward Alexis Sanchez has revealed he asked his agent if he could leave Manchester United after just one training session at the Premier League club. Sanchez, who moved from Arsenal to Man United in 2018, has regretted signing for Man United. The 31-year-old has explained his side of story in a video on Instagram, admitting he immediately had a feeling about his switch to United. Sanchez, in a statement, said he ended up signing without much information about what was happening in the move. Sanchez, who has scored 80 goals in 166 appearances for Arsenal, arrived at Old Trafford in the January transfer window with big expectation on his shoulder after becoming United's top, and he believes he was a scapegoat for the United struggle under Mourinho. While sharing his experience, he said journalists at times would speak without knowing the fact, and it hurt as they had no idea what was going on inside the club. Now we've come to the end of the news for today. The news recap once again. Nigerians secure landmark victory in bid to overturn P&I.D judgment. FG received Russia's COVID-19 vaccine. Resident doctors to begin nationwide strike on Monday. Health insurance to boost life expectancy economy, says AbdulRasaq. Kwara government received 148 million naira looted funds from EFCC. I regret signing for Man United, says Sanchez. Thank you for watching Justeventsonline News. I am Rukoya Chitu. To get more news, visit www.justeventsonline.com.